I'm blind, but tonight I wanted to watch the sunset from the beach. So I had to trust my guide dog to get me there. I'm Lewis, and this is my guide dog Eddie. We start off leaving our vacation rental home on Anna
Okay,
Maria Island.
switch.
Eddie is immediately tested as we exit the door, stopping at these tricky steps. This wouldn't be a big deal back home because I've memorized where all the hazards are. But here, in
Good
an
job,
unfamiliar
puppy.
environment, Eddie can
Forward.
be a lifesaver, or at least an ankle saver. Eddie then leads me around the front of the house,
Left.
following the path toward the street. You'll notice there's no sidewalk, so Eddie continues to the edge of the road and stops to let me know we've changed terrain. I cue him left, and he follows the far left
Ready?
side of the
Left.
street, facing oncoming vehicles. This is the safest way to travel when there's no sidewalk, and it's called country walking. Eventually, we reach an intersection where there's a sidewalk on the cross street. Eddie takes me safely to the start of it and stops to let me know we've reached it. I reward him and
Ready?
cue him right about,
Ready? Right about.
which tells him to turn around because the beach access is in the opposite direction. I cue him forward,
Forward.
and once we're crossing, I tell him find the curb.
Find the curb.
Eddie stops at the curb, I reward him, and we continue along the sidewalk.
Good boy. Forward.
Before long, he stops again at the next intersection. This will be the most dangerous part of our trip because we have to cross a busy road with very little
Ready.
traffic controls. I listen carefully for approaching vehicles, and once it's
Ready.
quiet,
Left.
I cue Eddie forward.
Forward.
But if a car were approaching, Eddie would stop to protect us both. Once we're
Ready?
safely
Over
across, we have another problem. There's no sidewalk again. But Eddie handles it like a pro. He takes me along the far left side of the street, facing oncoming vehicles, which gives us the safest path to the beach. Up ahead, Eddie approaches our next challenge. Getting through this narrow sandy passage surrounded by bushes on both sides. He handles it much like a sidewalk, staying towards the left side of the path, keeping me safely centered. Once we come out the other end, we finally made it to the beach. Eddie leads me around people, obstacles, and holes in the sand until we reach the water and this amazing Southwest Florida sunset. And after everything Eddie did to get me here safely, I think it's a pretty great way to end our journey. Thank you for coming along with us to watch this beautiful sunset. Eddie is also a semifinalist for the 2026 Humane Society Hero Dog Award, and we'd love your support. Click the link in my bio and vote for Eddie. You can vote every 24 hours. And hit subscribe so you never miss another real-life guide dog travel adventure with Eddie.